Hey Glam Fam, welcome to today's video. We're going to go over all of my top makeup recommendations for this year's Sephora holiday savings event. If you're new here, I'm Kristi. I'd love for you to hit that subscribe button. And without further ado, let's get glowing. Alright Glam Fam, let's jump right into it. So it is holiday savings event. We are going to go over all of my makeup recommendations. I am going to be releasing again the hair portion right after this because sometimes some of you just come on here for makeup and you don't really care about the hair. And I thought I hadn't done this eyeshadow look and I know a lot of you recommended it, so I thought let's just do it in this video. So the holiday savings event already started for Rouge members. It started on the 27th, but for VIB and insiders it will pick up on October 31st. Will be your first day to shop. And everybody will be done shopping on November 6th. It is interesting that they put, usually it's like a day apart or a couple days apart for VIB and Insider. Now the only difference is the percentage off. So VIB gets 15% off and Insiders get 10% off. And for all Sephora collection items, you can start shopping that now. No matter what tier you are, you get 30% off. That already started on the 27th. And again, well, that will end on the 6th. And I have a few items from there. So we will be covering all of that. All right, let's start with base products. And I'm just gonna start, I don't buy too much skincare from Sephora. You guys know that. You can check out my over 40 skincare routine. I just did my top essential products and I didn't really have a lot from Sephora. But if I do buy moisturizers, because I forgot to cover that in this video, it is from Sephora. And I like the Kiehl's Ultra. That's what I have on today. It's just chef's kiss, the most amazing thing. As you guys can tell, I will need a new one because I am almost out of that. I go through this a lot. And I'm just giving you a couple other recommendations just because everybody has different preferences and skin types, but two other ones I absolutely love and I do use these. I like the regular Tatcha one and I like the water cream. Both of them are amazing, but they're a little rich for my taste and my preferences for every day. But my gosh, so smoothing and beautiful and just, oh, just makes your skin so perfect. So I only use this for special occasions, but it is such a good moisturizer. And again, I like the water cream the most, but the purple one is really good as well. And then my other choice would be the Ole Henriksen Strength Trainer Peptide Boost Moisturizer. This is a really good one as well. This acts almost like a primer too, so it is just very smoothing, but again, very rich, whereas this one, these two have like fragrances to it, and this one is fragrance free, which is why I reach for that one the most. And you guys know the NYX Freezy Face is my absolute favorite. But if you were looking for moisturizers, those are my top recommendations. As far as foundations go, I'm going to be honest with you, there is nothing at Sephora that I personally have been using or loving. The only thing I would recommend would be the Armani Luminous Silk. It's just been a tried and true for me. So I am shade 6 or shade 4 depending on the time of the year or self-tanner and all of that. But this would be the only foundation I personally love and recommend at Sephora. I have a full Sephora recommendation video with all of my reviews, the House Lab one. There's been a lot of releases this year and I just haven't really cared for them very much, to be quite honest with you guys. The House Labs was just a big no for me. I thought that was completely overpriced, and that's just my personal opinion. I know there's people out there that really love that foundation. As far as concealers go, I just did the Gucci concealer, so you will have already seen that. I will flip that card right there, and I gave you my full review on that one. For me personally, because it has Capra Caprilli triglyceride in it, it's not going to be one that I would reach for. I think it's really beautiful. I have it on right now. It wears gorgeous, but I think these two are just as amazing and kind of similar coverages. So Hourglass is my #1 concealer. This is my #1 top pick recommendation. I just love this concealer. It is just unbelievably good. It's creaseless, it's full coverage, it's creamy, it's buildable, it's unbelievably amazing, and without a doubt I highly recommend this. I can also use Oat if you're a little bit darker than me. Oat's a good one for brightening, and I'll show you guys the swatches of Cotton and Oat right there just in case you needed that for reference. I do love the new House Labs Triclone concealer. I think that one is really good. I just don't think it's as good as the Hourglass one. I didn't feel like it was as creamy and it didn't wear as good for me personally, but I do like it for spot concealing, and 11 Neutral was a perfect shade for me. So you can check out my full review on that, but that is a really good concealer. The Sephora collection is another one that's just unbelievably good, you guys. I like 7.5 Biscotti, and I also like 10.5 Blondie. That's what I have on right there, and 8 Palmera. Those are my favorite shades out of the Sephora collection. I will put all the shades in the description box below, but this is incredible. This is not full coverage though. This is my natural day concealer. This is when I don't really have any, like I'm wearing the Dermatology sunscreen or something like that, like the no makeup days. This would be the concealer I would use. So don't go into it going, oh, this is gonna give me a ton of coverage. It's not, just so you guys know that. And then as far as powders, you guys know, I'm just obsessed with this one size. I just got a new one, but this is gonna be, I won't have another one. So I'll probably restock that or just wait for another sale. We'll see, I don't know. It just depends on where I am financially, but 2R is perfect. I lately have been using this over the Makeup Forever HD Skin. I don't need a lot of coverage anymore because my skin is really cleared up. So I just found that this is just perfect in the T-zones under my eye. You guys know I will not set my concealer with any other powder than this one. It's just unbelievably good, even on my 45 under eyes. It's just unbelievably good. The other one I love right now is the Chantecaille, but it's not available at Sephora, so unfortunately I cannot recommend that. That's the only powders as far as like setting and giving me kind of coverage. As far as like setting powders, this is the only one I use. Obviously I'm gonna need a new one during the sale. I'm already hitting pan. I can't even tell you how many I bought of these Charlotte Tilbury airbrush powders. Oh my gosh, they're so good. This is medium 02. If you are missing this during the sale, if you're an insider, I now have an affiliate link with Charlotte Tilbury. I am a partner with them now, and I do have a 15% off code with you guys. I'll put the code right there because it has some odd numbers at the end. Let's just go into bronzers because they're right here in front of my face. So Gucci bronzer, oh my gosh, you guys, this is just, besides the Surratt bronzer is like my #1 bronzer, and then Victoria Beckham, but those are not offered at Sephora. This is my favorite bronzer at Sephora. This is medium 2. It's unbelievably good. It's that perfect neutral shade. It can lean warm, it can lean neutral. It's just unbelievably beautiful. I just love it so much. And I just applied this in the Gucci video when I rated the new blush shade, so you can check that out if you're interested in the new shades from the Gucci blush line. I went over all of that in the last video, so be sure to check that out. It didn't unfortunately make my recommendation list, but it is a really beautiful blush if you like Gucci powders, and that color is unbelievably gorgeous. I will also be picking up my Gucci Velvet Matte lipstick in the shade Carol Beige #103. You guys know this is just my ultimate JLo nude. I cannot live without this lipstick formula. It is so incredibly good. It's probably my favorite lipstick formula ever made. I know it's pricey, but this is the time where you want to pick up these type of products because you don't see Gucci on sale too often. And they did come out with a new limited edition bronzer. I just want to bring that up. And I want to test that out because I did like shade 3 when I originally did the review like a few years back. So I'm so excited. I don't know if they're the same 3 because they look very different in the pictures. So I will be definitely picking that up. And then also I love my Anastasia Beverly Hills Hazelnut lip liner. You guys know that's just my tried and true and just the ultimate for me. One other Sephora collection item I want to bring up really quick is the outrageous lip plumping glosses. If you're on the market for something that's affordable and you get that 30% off, I think that is the best affordable lip plumping gloss on the market. I got Universal 01, but I have a couple other shades, but I kind of use that one the most. I just think it's an absolutely beautiful lip gloss. It's a gorgeous formula and definitely worth it, and you get 30% off. All right, you guys. But as far as blushes go, I highly recommend these Makeup Forever ones. This is their new Artist Blush, and you guys know that the original formula was my holy grail blush, and I think this new formula is even better. This is incredible. This lasts all day long. There's several colors. The 2 colors I love the most are at makeupforever.com. This is Playful Coral, and then I like Charming Poppy, which is more of a terracotta, perfect for the winter time. But I love this color, and I unfortunately don't see it on the Sephora site yet. But the color that they do have, I do have a video on that, so be sure to check that out in the playlist at the very end. But this formula is unbelievably good, you guys. It is so, so good. And then one more item, just because I have been really loving it, and I already filmed a video with this, but it won't get out in time for the sale. But the new Hollywood Mini Blush and Glow from Charlotte Tilbury is so beautiful. It's just a really beautiful pink color. I did go with the lighter one, which is supposed to be for light medium skin tones. I'm not that into too pinky of blushes, like that cool tone pink, but I would say this one is a little bit more neutral than too cool, if that makes any sense. But you really can get away with cool tone looks and warm tone looks with this blush. It is so pretty, and it's a little good price point for a mini size. Keep that in mind, a luxury mini size. That's as far as blushes go. That's the only one at Sephora. And then as highlighters go, oh my gosh, you guys know the Rare Beauty highlighter is just holy grail. I have Exhilarate on right now. So I love Enlighten. It's such a pretty, pretty shade. Really pretty. It's more white, more for my fair skin girls. It's going to be more beaming on my skin tone, which is more of a light skin tone. I'll put it on a little bit right here, but you can tell like it's very beaming with my skin tone, but for fair skin tone girls, it's beautiful. I forgot how pretty that shade was. And then I love Exhilarate's the one I probably use the most of. Definitely more of a champagne tone, as you can tell. And then I love Mesmerize when I wear pink shades. I love Mesmerize. Like, it would have been really beautiful with this eyeshadow look. Mesmerize is like a lot like Enlighten, but with more pink undertones. This has more white undertone. And then I recently picked up, I just wanted all of them because I love the formulation. So again, that's Flaunt. I love this formulation so much, you guys. It is just unbeatable right now. I don't know another highlighter that I can honestly say I love more than those shades right there. Which leads me to the new Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Setter Highlighter. Oh my gosh, we have all been looking for the Amrezy equivalent highlighter for quite some time. If you are a huge ABH fan, you guys know the Amrezy highlighter is the holy grail of all time of highlighters. I mean, it was just every single influencer favorite and every single customer favorite. Everyone tells ABH, bring back that Amrezy highlighter. Well, she brought it back in a different form, in my opinion, because this new Glow Seeker highlighter is a perfect equivalent, and I will show you guys the comparisons right there. I mean, little slight difference. This one feels a little bit lighter of a yellow gold, I would say, but it is so incredibly flattering. I have seen one review on this on darker skin tone, and it looked beautiful on her. So I really feel like this is that universal highlighter that's gonna look good on fair, light, medium, and tan and even dark skin tones. I don't really watch too much other makeup YouTubers, but I did want to get a view of a darker skin tone wearing this highlighter just because I wanted to see in real life if it really works out for darker skin tones, and I have to say it was gorgeous on her. If this was on your list, you have my go. I've been using it non-stop. If you ask me right now, is this one or my Rare Beauty one my favorite? I'm gonna say the Rare Beauty still takes #1 for me, just because I have grown to really like baked highlighters, but I do feel like this is an equivalent powdered highlighter to the Amrezy one. And I'll show you guys, if you own the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude highlighter from a few years back, or a couple years back in the holiday collection, this is also a similar color, so I did do comparisons right there as well. And again, I will show you guys what it looks like outdoors, just so you guys can get a perspective of what this highlighter looks like outside on me, but I will be doing a tutorial on it, and I think I have already, or I will be releasing a short doing live swatches of both the Sultry palette and the ABH Glow Seeker highlighter, and I also did post it in the community tab, so just keep that in mind. As far as brow products go, right now there's two that I definitely recommend, but two of them are not in Sephora that I use, but you guys already know Valentino is just my brow product of all time, that you get 3 products. What I love about this, even though it's $40, you're getting a lot out of this. It is just so good. Taupe is the color I have, but I wish there was a blonde version of this. So I haven't been using that one as much, but you guys know for the longest time that was my holy grail. And then I love, 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 and what I've been using lately is the Perfect Brow Pencil from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I went back to this, it's been years, and blonde is just such a good color for me. I just love that this product gives me a very natural brow. It's just so beautiful, and it's the perfect shade. The spoolie is unbeatable on this. It's so good. As far as brow gels, this is the only one I love. This is Blonde from Anastasia Beverly Hills. Love this, used it for years, and I really can't derail from it. Nobody puts out a blonde color like this. And then I love the Too Faced Fluff and Hold for that like soap brow effect. This is just kind of my go-to. This is so good. And then you get like the brush and the comb on one side, and then you get this. I like the Rare Beauty one as well. I think the Rare Beauty one and then Brow Freeze from ABH and the Too Faced are my favorite soap brow type, laminated type brow products on the market, even though I don't do soap brows. I just don't have those kind of brows. All right, let's jump into eyeshadows, and then we'll go into this eyeshadow look in just a second, and then we'll end with the lip products. So as far as eyeshadow, you guys know, this is just my holy grail eyeshadow palette. There's just nothing, in my opinion, better than this palette. It's just unbelievably good. And this is the brunette palette. This is, as you can tell how much I've been using it, it's just crazy. I will always recommend this. This is like the eyeshadow palette I reach for every time I do my eyeshadow. It's just so good. So good. I'm adding in a couple items right here, you guys. The Anastasia Beverly Hills Sultry eyeshadow palette is like the little black dress of eyeshadow palettes. The one you just need, that staple in your makeup vanity. It is so incredibly beautiful. It's even more beautiful in person than in the pictures, and this performs like a dream. So I wasn't able to get an actual tutorial out before I did this video because I really wanted to get this portion out quickly, but stay tuned. I am doing a tutorial on this look, but I did want to show you guys the swatches because this is just the perfect palette to have in your vanity, in your travel bag. And for $29 plus your Rouge VIB or insider discount, that's amazing. And speaking of new eyeshadow palettes, I also recommend the new Natasha Denona Xenon palette. So I do have the mini Xenon review if you guys want to check that out, but I highly recommend this Xenon palette. It is so incredibly beautiful. So I will show you guys the swatches right there, and I will be doing a full review on this palette. So stay tuned for all of that. It's upcoming. Make sure you have your notification bell on. If you're not getting my notifications, make sure to turn it on and off because I know Amber wasn't getting them and now she is. So do that, and I think that will help out. But always remember with Natasha Denona products, you can use my Natasha Denona website link. I have an affiliate link with her, and you can take 15% off your first purchase with Natasha Denona. I also have that with Charlotte Tilbury. All right, you guys, I do love the Natasha Denona. This would be my close second. This is the I Need a Nude, and we are going to use this in this eyeshadow look, so stay tuned in just a second. I just did a full review and look with this. I did a day to night look with this in the original video, but this is just this is my favorite Natasha Denona midi ever made. And I thought I'm gonna be honest with you, I did add in a 2 from the Glam palette, and I put it in this palette because I love the fact that you can interchange with Natasha Denona shadows. And then my other favorite eyeshadow palette right now, and this will be no surprise, one of the best eyeshadow palettes in my opinion ever made. This is the Danessa Myricks Groundworks palette, because you get, obviously, this is my second one, and I'm already going through, I put the other one in my travel bag, but I'm already making dents in all of this. You can tell the colors I use the absolute most. This is the only eyeshadow to not irritate my eyes. Well, actually, I take that back. The 2 I mentioned don't irritate my eyes either, but as far as like cream shadows and stuff like that, this makes these palettes that I just mentioned last all day long. And that's what I love about this palette, is the cream-based products in here. I just cannot tell you guys enough how good this is. I'm gonna give you guys a very unpopular opinion, but the Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes palette that was just re-released, it was out of stock for a while, is not worth the money, in my personal opinion. I paid for that eyeshadow palette. I did a review on it. I was extremely disappointed in it, and I think it is completely overhyped because of who it is versus the actual quality of the product. Now, Natasha Denona, you pay for quality. This is an unbelievably great palette. It is $69. It is well worth it. We know we've established a relationship with Natasha Denona. Anyway, that's my rant. Sorry, you guys. I just have to be real with you. As far as liquid shadows, this is my favorite right here. So this right here is my favorite. This would be my next one. And then of course, this is like probably tied with that guy, but they're all different type of formulas. So let's start off with the Armani ones. I just talked about these. These are the Armani eye tints, and I love these three colors. I love the gold, which is the 2S. I love the silver, which is 1S, and I love 12 gold ashes. All three different colors. This is definitely more of a taupe color, the gold ashes. This is obviously a very silver color, and this is a really beautiful, like a old gold type shade. It's so pretty. They just last all day. They glide over mature textured eyes like a flippin' dream. They're so good. The next one would be the Rare Beauty Adventure. This is Adventure. This is their eyeshadow sticks. I personally didn't like the other colors. I didn't think they were as amazing. This color, simply amazing. I did this in a video, but I haven't released it yet, so it's gonna be an old video now, but this is a really beautiful color. This is like that perfect latte makeup color. Oh, this color is insane, and this sucker lasts all day too, so I am highly impressed with it, and I just love me some Selena Gomez. And then as far as the other liquid shadow I would pick up would be the Goldmine and the Lilac Flame, which we're about to apply in just a second, but Goldmine was my number one holy grail. Love, love, love this color. So it's just really the best gold color you'll ever get your hands on. It's so pretty. I mean, just look at that. It's just unbelievably beautiful. And these suckers last all day long. This is the purple one. This is Lilac Flame. This is their liquid metals, and this is the liquid metallic. Let's jump into this eyeshadow look, and I'll walk you through how I did it. So with this look, I started off with my BK Beauty A503, and I went into the I Need a Nude palette in the shade Stone. This shade is so incredibly beautiful. I love this shade. It blends out like a dream. It is the perfect cool tone, neutral transition shade. It is just absolutely stunning. Then I took my Sigma E25 blending brush, and I went into that shade Fair. Really pretty shade for a brow bone highlight and inner corner highlight, and a nice way to do an inner corner highlight if you do not want to do a metallic shade. And then I went in with the smaller BK Beauty A504, and I went into the shade Tender, and that's just like a darker taupe color. So pretty. And I just really made sure to get into that crease and really define out and give that depth. Really beautiful. They blend so seamlessly together. I absolutely love that shade as well. It's just like a darker tone of that transition shade, and just absolutely stunning. And then I ended up going in with the BK Beauty A502, just a little bit bigger than the other one. And that same shade I went into Tender, and I just kind of gave myself a little bit more area to work with and just kind of started spreading that up a little bit, that darker depth color. And then I went back to the original BK Beauty fluffier brush, and I went back into Stone to really blend out those edges. And with this look, I'm just keeping it there. I'm not putting anything darker there. I think that was a beautiful contrast and just a beautiful way to showcase that purple lavender we're going to use in the middle. And then I'm going to go into the Danessa Myricks, and I highly recommend this in the sale. This is her Color Fix Liquid Metals. This is a brand new one, and this is a gorgeous, beautiful purple liquid metal. It just applies with your finger if you want something quick and easy. And then I go in there and just kind of press that in and really start to blend out the product. Really easy to work with. This dries down and sets all day. These last forever. I just love her Color Fix. Have used them for years. And then I went in with a smaller brush, and this is a Morphe. I want to say it's the M170, and you can buy these individually on the Morphe site or at Ulta. And I like to get close to that lash line, and that allows me, with not getting a big mess all over the place, to do that. And I'm just kind of really making sure I go all over the eyelid. I'm not really doing too much of an outer V darker shade, which I really appreciate and like. And then I just go back in with that BK Beauty A504 and just make sure I put that depth over the metallic in case I got some of that metallic in there. And now I'm just kind of reversing and just going back to those brushes I was using just to blend out everything. But all these colors just blend so effortlessly together. And then I'm gonna take the shade Whisper, which is a beautiful metallic, second shade in the palette. Absolutely love that. And I'm just kind of putting that on the outer area where I would do normally like a darker shade. I'm putting that there. And it's just really pretty, just melts right into that shadow and just goes over that lilac so beautifully. And then I'm gonna go in with the shade Mia, which is one of her newer formulas, and it's just such a beautiful light pink shade. I'm not typically into pinks, but this one I can get on board with. And then when you put it over the lilac, it kind of tones down the lilac a little bit. And then I went in with my Sephora On The Go eyeliners. Highly recommend these eyeliners. They're literally my favorite. They're just so good, and they're so affordable at $6. 03 Brown is a shade you guys know I use in a lot, pretty much all my videos. And I just use that as the base so that it stays all day long. If I just used a color, it could fade, especially with my watery eyes. So I'm just putting that on, and they last pretty long for how tiny they are, but they're just so affordable, and you get 30% off during the sale if you're in the US. And then I just take my Rephr 03 and I'm going back into that shade Tender, and I'm just going over that and just going over the shade to tone it down and make it look more taupe, since it is more of a chocolate brown liner. And that just really sets that down as well, and that's not gonna go anywhere. And then I'm gonna take my Sigma E36 and I'm gonna go back to the shade Stone, and I'm gonna just go underneath that and blur out the edges and just copycat what we did on the upper area. But just keeps it all cohesive and really nice and smooth. And then lastly, I'm gonna go in with my Makeup Forever, and these are the new Artist Long Wear Powders. If you're lighter than me, there's one step lower than this, but if you're my skin tone, I really enjoy this. I have this on as a contour right now. What I love is I actually do finish off all my eyeshadow looks with this powder now, and it just is such a beautiful formula. I really did not think I was gonna like this new formula because I liked the old formula so much, but I think this one's even better. It is so incredibly beautiful, and it really ties in your nose contour into the eyeshadow look, and I'm doing it with my Sigma E40 brush. All right, you guys, let's wrap it up with one last product, and this is the Iconic London, and this is the Prep Satin Glow in the original. I love this stuff, and I typically don't like fragrances, but this one, I just love it so much. I'll show you guys how. It's just so beautiful. It gives you such a pretty glow, and it's probably the most insanely amazing smell I've ever smelled. It's so good. So good. I love this stuff. So I would highly recommend picking that up in the sale as well. One other product I almost forgot. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I almost forgot it. Two more, sorry. Oh my gosh, Kristi, calm down. This. My goodness, I did not think I was going to love this as much as I do. These are these are 3 cream contours that I stick to now. This one's not at Sephora anymore. This is the Cover FX, but these 2 I really love. So Iconic London, and these are their contour pots. This is in the shade Medium. I love this stuff so much. And then you get that's the cream, but you also get the powder on the top. So you can set down your contour with this little bad boy, and it's always on sale. Then if you get the extra on sale items, you get the extra off of whatever tier you're on. So that's amazing. And then Rare Beauty, and this is the Happy, or I like Happy Soul, but this is my favorite. This is called Bright Side. This is one of the newer colors that she released, and it's like the perfect contour shade. Perfect contour shade. It is just unbelievable. This has a lot more pigment to it, and I'll show you guys what the packaging and swatch looks like outside of my studio of that Rare Beauty Bright Side, but that shade is so pretty. Happy Soul was the one I started off with, and it is really pretty, but I really like Bright Side. That's my favorite. Rare Beauty is not one that really goes on sale much either on their site, so that is something also good to pick up because it's affordable, yet you get the discounts. But let me know in the comment section what you guys will be picking up. If there's anything in there you recommend to me, I can't guarantee I'd pick it up. There isn't too much that I have my eye on that I'm like, maybe the Hourglass. I didn't buy it this year, the holiday one, because it was $90. That's one I might pick up, and that's the one I would pick up if I do. I already mentioned that in a community post. I didn't do a video on it this year because I just didn't have $90 to put out at that point. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, before you go, please remember to hit that subscribe button and click the post notification bell. Join our beautiful glam fam. We're here every Sunday. Be sure to check out last week's video, and I will see you guys on the next one. Love you guys. Bye.
Never up, never down, never. Like a theme in a song, clever. Feeling high, feeling low at the same time. Feels so right, then I'm wrong, hoping I'll be fine. But I get up, I always do. I never think